Welcome to yet another episode in a guide Q&A program. Today, we're going to discuss how to deal with toxic people. Toxic people are everywhere in society. They can be found in our families, our neighborhoods, and even among our friends. No matter where we go, we may encounter toxic individuals. So, in one way or another, we all have to deal with these people. The key is that we want to make sure we don't get hurt ourselves. And we also don't want to hurt others in the process. The goal is to find a way to effectively handle these toxic people. Today, we are going to explore this important topic in detail. First, let me begin by telling you a wonderful story that illustrates how Buddha dealt with a toxic person. This is a famous and well-known story. One day, a man came to Buddha and began yelling, insulting, and cursing him. Buddha did not respond with anger. But instead, he smiled and remained calm throughout the entire situation. He didn't show any sign of aggression or irritation. Instead, Buddha looked at the person yelling at him with a positive and kind expression. After some time, the man stopped yelling. He had exhausted all of his anger, and his frustration had been released. Then, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, asked the man a simple but profound question. Buddha asked, "Do you have visitors who come to your home?" The man was astonished and replied, "Yes, I have many visitors." Buddha then asked, "When they visit, do you treat them with food and drink?" The man said, "Yes, I offer them food and drink when they visit." Buddha then posed another question. "What if these visitors do not accept your offering? What happens to the food and drink?" The man laughed and replied, "If they do not accept my offering, then it belongs to me, and I will eat it myself." Buddha smiled and, with a kind and calm demeanor, said, "Exactly. The same applies to this situation. You have treated me with rude and harsh words, with anger and aggression, but I am a person who does not accept what you have given to me. I do not accept your anger or your harsh words. If I do not accept them, then everything you gave to me remains with you. You should consume it." The man was struck by Buddha's words. His anger began to cool down. Buddha had used wisdom and compassion to diffuse the toxic situation. He had not responded with anger, but with patience and kindness. The man, deeply moved by Buddha's response, began to reflect on his own actions. After hearing Buddha's teachings, he became one of his followers. This story shows how Buddha dealt with toxic people effectively. Now, think about how we might respond if we were in a similar situation. When someone yells at us or insults us, our natural reaction is often to yell back, to argue, or to prove them wrong. We may want to defend ourselves and retaliate. However, Buddha's teachings show us a different approach. If someone is treating us with anger, and we respond with anger, we are simply adding to the negativity. When we become angry, we are essentially sharing the anger with the person who started it. If we respond with calmness and compassion, we are choosing not to accept the negativity and instead deflecting it away. Buddha's advice is clear. When dealing with toxic people, the first thing you should do is put a smile on your face. Do not show them that you are angry or upset. If you show them that you have been hurt, you are giving them exactly what they want. They are trying to provoke a reaction. And if you react emotionally, you have given them control over you. Instead, choose to be the bigger person. When someone becomes angry, it's often because they are mentally weak. They may be overwhelmed by their own emotions and cannot think clearly. By staying calm and smiling, you maintain your own inner strength and peace. You are in control of your response. And that is a powerful position to be in. Be positive, be kind, and remember that being humble is not a sign of weakness. It takes strength and maturity to respond with kindness rather than to retaliate with harsh words. Buddha encourages us to be the best version of ourselves, to rise above the negativity, and to avoid getting caught up in unnecessary conflict. When we choose to stay calm, we protect ourselves from the toxicity that others may try to project onto us. Another important aspect of dealing with toxic people is listening to what they have to say. Often, toxic individuals may complain or yell because they believe we have done something wrong. It is important to listen carefully to their words. Ask yourself, did I make a mistake? Is there any truth to what they are saying? If you realize that you have made a mistake, take responsibility for it and correct it. However, if you have not done anything wrong, do not engage in an argument. Trying to prove someone wrong, especially when they are angry, often leads to more frustration. Angry people often close their minds to reason. They may not be able to see things clearly because their emotions are clouding their judgment. When you try to argue with them, it's like speaking to a brick wall. They will not listen, and the argument will only escalate. Buddha teaches us that silence is often the best response in these situations. Silence can provide many answers to problems. Instead of arguing, let your actions speak louder than words. If you must prove a point, do so with your success, not with your words. Actions are far more powerful than words, and your success will be the best way to show that you are in the right. By maintaining your composure and responding with dignity, you demonstrate strength and wisdom. To deal with toxic people successfully, it is essential to practice loving kindness and compassion. Loving kindness is the practice of caring for others, even when they are difficult or unkind. It means choosing to respond with love rather than anger. If you love yourself, you will not allow toxic people to provoke you. If you love others, you will not try to hurt them with harsh words. Instead, you will treat them with understanding and compassion, even if they are behaving negatively toward you. The practice of compassion is vital in dealing with toxic people. Compassion involves understanding that everyone has their own struggles, and sometimes toxic behavior is a reflection of inner pain or insecurity. By approaching them with compassion, you can help to alleviate some of their suffering while also protecting yourself from being hurt. Being kind and humble are essential qualities when dealing with toxic individuals. But remember, humility does not mean weakness. Humility means recognizing that you don't need to prove yourself to others. And that sometimes, the best response is to remain calm and composed. One helpful tool for managing these situations is visualization. If you can imagine yourself in a situation where someone is yelling at you, visualize how you would respond. Picture yourself smiling calmly, listening attentively, and remaining strong in the face of negativity. The more you practice this mental exercise, the better prepared you will be when faced with a similar situation in real life. In summary, when dealing with toxic people, remember to stay calm, keep a positive attitude, and practice loving kindness and compassion. Do not engage in their negativity. By choosing not to accept their anger, you prevent it from affecting you. Stay silent, remain humble, and let your actions speak for themselves. With these tools, you will be better equipped to handle toxic people in your life and protect your own peace of mind. May all of you develop the wisdom and skill to handle toxic people successfully and live in peace. Namaste. Take care, and see you in the next video.